Good afternoon. I'm Joe from SAIF Autonomy, Business Development Leads, and we're solving one of the biggest challenges in AI today, trust. The biggest limitation of AI intelligence the biggest limitation of AI isn't intelligence, it's trust. Autonomous AI systems that have non-deterministic, complex behaviors sometimes give unpredictable or undesirable outputs. Because of this, AI is difficult to integrate, particularly in safety or mission-critical applications. So organizations simply struggle to deploy AI at speed and/or scale because they can't trust or assure their own tech. The clicker might have helped. Thank you. SAIF Autonomy provides real-time AI control assurance, a software layer that monitors, predicts, and intervenes when AI-driven systems behave unsafely, with the constraints defined by the user. It runs at the edge. There's no need for external connectivity. It predicts violations and intervenes before they happen, and then hands back to the AI to continue on mission or task once the intervention is complete. Benefits. It's a very high integrity system. It's certified to existing standards regardless of the domain. Provides significantly lower development costs for the user because the AI itself doesn't need to be developed to such high integrity, and therefore has a hugely accelerated time to market for the next iteration of development or certification for the manufacturer or end user. The market potential, we're targeting a $285 billion total market, initially targeting unmanned aerial vehicles or systems as a beachhead market, but we're looking to work with autonomous system manufacturers and integrators across domains as we're ultimately industry agnostic. Our product and business model, the SAIF Autonomy product comprises of three main components. They together make up the complete end-to-end toolchain. We'll begin by licensing Nexus. That's our, it'll be per device or per deployment, and that's our core tech. With Forge, we introduce capabilities for the end user to completely configure their system constraints themselves. And this will enable SAIF to be truly scalable. And then with Prism, we provide real-time safety monitoring, post-mission analysis, and assistance in retraining the AI models themselves. Built a great team to deliver on this ambitious vision. We've got Kyle, the CEO, ex-RAF pilot, and along with Matt, the CTO, they met at the Royal Air Force Rapid Capabilities Office and discovered this issue and then set about working on the solution. Advisors include Professor John McDermott. He's leading the new unit at York Uni, which is the UK Centre for Assuring Autonomy.
Alrighty, we're out of time unless. But thank you so much. It's not easy being first on a panel. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Alrighty, we'll start with some questions. Has anyone?
Yes,
Anybody got a question?
Yes, I had a question. I was wondering how customized you need to make each deployment or whether it's largely plug and play.
It will be plug and play once we get to Forge. At the moment, it's customized, and we're focusing on UAVs for detect and avoid, things like that. It will be modular by mid next year, and it will be completely customizable for across all domains and industries.
Got it. Thanks.
Thanks for the presentation, and it seems like you have an outstanding team already. Can you talk a little bit about which part of the UAV lifecycle that you're integrating into? Like, is there a specific use case that you're trying to tackle?
Beachhead UAV would be the detect and avoid element. It's anything that has a complex AI input. We're just the barrier between that and the controller. And it can be any use case really. For example, it could just be rules of the air. We are the constraints for rules of the air. So the AI is going to solve all its problems, but if it decides it wants to exceed something ever so slightly, we're the constraint that then brings it back on track and then hands back to the AI. Could be rules of the air, could be rules of engagement for defense, or it could just be simple detect and avoid, and there'll be scales for that, and that will be involved in the pricing model regardless of regarding how much certification and complexity you need to program.
And you're agnostic to any AI model that's out there?
Yeah, we've been having conversations with autonomous boats, mining, vehicles, the Hannaby Myra test area up in Leicestershire, and we've also got the business incubator with the European Space Agency. So that was supposed to be, in fact, I haven't got the slides up, but space was supposed to be in a few years' time, but that seems to be coming a bit forward now for an in-orbit demonstrator.
Mm-hmm. Great.
What would you say are the biggest risks with your startup?
The biggest risk, I suppose, is getting adopted as fast as possible, really. We don't see a direct competitor. Another company could probably develop this in maybe 2 years, but most big companies we've spoken to, some big defense companies, for example, they need this now, and they don't have the time to develop. Additionally, it's very difficult, therefore time-consuming and expensive, to develop this for one single use case. Whereas since we're multi-domain, multi-industry, and once we are modular, and have that SaaS application that's the forefront, the Forge, it becomes a lot more scalable, and it therefore accelerates everybody else's time to market.
Great. We have just run out of time, but thank you so much for pitching.
Thank you.
Great.